everyone, it's Lena once again, and today in this video I'm gonna present you the task for assignment 2. So let's get started. So your task for assignment 2 is what we call the evolving spelling puzzle, because we like puns. And the task is based on Wordle, which is a word guessing game, which you do not need to know to do the assignment, but maybe give it a try. There are lots of websites where you can try the game. And the goal of the game is to guess a 5-letter word in 6 tries. So in your program, you will start the game with the solution word as a CLI parameter, and the user then gets 6 tries to guess this word. And after each guess, they get feedback on which letters were completely correct, so the right letter in the right position, and which letters were part of the solution word but are not in the correct position. And the program can also be started in 2 modes, which the 2 modes only affect the output, so either the output is in color or it's without color. And the deadline for this task is the 27th of November at midnight again. Assignment 2 is worth 18 points, a little bit more than assignment 1. It's a little bit more work as well. And there are some specifications. Once again, the general specifications can be found on the course website, and these are the same for all assignments. But specifically for assignment 2, you are not allowed to use the string.h library. So you need to write your own string functionality because strings are one of the learning goals for this assignment, so you cannot just use the library, and if you use the library, you will get deductions. So please write your own string functionality, do not use the string.h library. So let's give you an example about how this program could look like. First of all, we're gonna look at a simple example with the output in no color. So I would then start the program, my assignment 2 file, with the solution word as the first CLI parameter. So in this case, our solution for this riddle is apple. And then the second parameter tells the program which color mode to start in. It can either be omitted or it can be 0 or 1. And if it's omitted, this means the same as if it's 0, and then the program should start without the color output. So as you can see here, 0 means no color, 1 means print the output in color, and if the second parameter is omitted, then it also means no color. These two are the same. And then, as I mentioned, the user gets at most 6 tries to guess the word apple. And this is case insensitive. So both the solution word and the guesses can be in upper, lowercase, or mixed, and the comparison should be that if the word is apple, it does not matter if you use uppercase letters or lowercase letters. It should be a correct guess. And then if the user guesses the word correctly, they win the game, but if they use all tries and do not guess the word, the game is lost. So as I mentioned already, after each guess, the user gets feedback for their guess. And in this case, if the output is with no color, then the letters in the correct position are marked with a star, as you can see here. So this I know from the beginning. For the first guess, this image shows the third guess, but from the first guess, which was crane, I know that this E was in the right position because it has a star next to it. And letters that are part of the solution but are not in the correct position are marked with a tilde. So here you can see this A, I know it's part of the solution, but it's not in the correct position yet, and then I can adjust my subsequent guesses to that. So that was an example of how the program works without color output. But let's look at another example. So if I activate the color output at program start, so here you can see the second parameter is 1, which means the color output is activated. The game works completely the same, only the output is different. So now letters in the correct position are printed in blue, and letters that are part of the solution but are not in the correct position are printed in magenta. Don't wonder about the choice of colors here. This is just so that it's more easily readable in the test report. Usually you would use green and yellow or something like that, but then you can't see it in the test report. So just follow these rules. Correct position is blue, and part of the solution but not correct position is magenta. And here you can also see what this looks like. So in the console, the colors would then display like this. And here in this example, the user was not guessing very well because these are not words, and used up all the 6 tries and did not find the solution. So then the game was lost. And this, in the end, the user gets to know the solution. And what you can also see here is that since we do not have a connection to a dictionary, there is no checking if the words actually exist. For the real world game, the words, the inputs are checked against the dictionary if they are real words, otherwise you cannot guess them. But for this simplified program, we will not do that, so the input can be anything. And yes, let's take a look at the repository now. You can see that. So here, once again, I'm looking at our tutor test repository, but you will have your own personal assignment 2 repository, which has the whole description and much more detail about what I already told you about. So it's assignment 2, it's the evolving spelling puzzle. It's based on Wordle, and here you can see the list of learning goals. So once again, please use all those things in your program. You mostly will not get out of using them, I think, but one of the important ones that people sometimes forget are constants. So please use constants in the program where necessary. So these are defines. And then once again, we have the specifications, the general list of specifications which are linked here on the course website. And it says here that you are not allowed to use the string.h library. It's worth 18 points. Then stuff about the coding stance target, same as assignment 1. That deadline again. Here we mentioned once again that for assignment 2 you need to complete certain weekly exercises on online GDB. It's exactly the same as for assignment 1, but the exercises you need to complete are now tagged with the A2 marker. And then down here you have the assignment description, some general notes, then and what the program sequence looks like. And you can click on these things to open them and get the detailed description of each section. So please read this carefully, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the forum. And then down here, we once again have some return values and error messages. There are certain different return values depending on how the program ended, and then some a return value for an error and certain messages for errors. And at the end, examples. So now we will take a look at what this looks like if you execute it, so you can get a feel for it. So here I am once again inside my repository folder on in the VM. I will just start a terminal, and then if we do make run here, you do not. Here you can see that the program started with Apple. So if you use make run, it will always start with Apple because that's the basic example we provide. If you want to try your program with different solutions, then you need to start it manually. So keep that in mind. If you use make run, it always starts with the solution word Apple. So let's pretend I am the user. I do not. I'm the player. I do not know what the solution word is. So let me just give that's a common word that people start Wordle with. So crane. We know the E is in the correct place because it has a star next to it, and the A has a tilde, so it's part of the word, but not in the correct place. So let's find another word. So let's go with this one. This alive uses the A in a different place, and the E is in the correct place, in the same place as before. So we can get all the guesses in a list and see what has changed. And now we know the A is completely correct, the E is completely correct, and the L needs to move somewhere else. And I'm just gonna pretend that I'm really good at this game and I guessed the solution correctly. So now after 3 tries, I have found the solution word, and then the game will tell me I solved the puzzle. This is one of the ways of starting this execution using the make file, but you can also start it in color mode. So if you use make run color, then once again, it always starts with the word apple, but now it should be in color mode. So let's do crane again. Yes, it's in color mode. So the E is correct, so it's blue, and the A needs to move somewhere else. Let's try a different word now. I'm always pretending I do not know the solution, okay? So, oh yeah, that was kind of not very intelligent because I would put the A in the same place and I already knew that it couldn't be there. So yes, not a good guess, but you can see that now I have more letters that need to move to a different location and the E is still correct. Let's do, because I want to show you what it looks like when you lose the game. No, the L cannot be there because we already tried this. Let's do this one. I don't know, this is not a word, but I'm just showing it to you for what it looks like. Yeah, not there. So we have, which letter have we not used? That one. Also not a word. Let's pretend I cannot figure out what this word is. It's mysterious, like I just don't know, I can't figure it out. Maybe it's a Z. A Z is a very common letter. Oh no, I did not figure it out in 6 guesses. The solution was apple. So this is what it looks like in color mode, and also what it looks like if you lose the game. And it tells you the solution word in the end. So let's take a quick look at the testing. So as in assignment 1, you can also run the public tests. It'll take a little bit. So we have 7 public tests. And then I can open the test report. And I will see once again, in this case, our reference solution was correct, luckily. And you can see once again a direct comparison. And what I want to show you here is if you look at this test case, which is in color, you will see that there are certain weird sequences in there. These are the so-called ANSI escape sequences, which allow you to print color to the console. This is described in much detail inside the assignment description. I'm just going to tell you now that so that you're not confused. So if you look in the test report and see this, you can then click this toggle invisible characters button, and then you will see the output as it looks in the console. But if you have a mistake in there and want to check, then you need to open it and you will see marked which part of this line, for example, is wrong. And these escape sequences are explained in the assignment description. So I think that's everything I needed to tell you. Yes, I showed you the example, I showed you the testing. I think that's it. If you have any further questions, we have an assignment 2 forum on Discord. And you can also ask in person at the question hour, which is currently planned for Monday, the 25th of November. Also, once again, I remind you to please check Discord regularly for announcements, to start your programming early, and also please no plagiarism. If you need to, if you take some code from somewhere else, quote it correctly. There's a page on our Notion that tells you how to do that. And also do not use too much of code from other sources. There's a limit on how much there can be. And that's it from my side. I wish you good luck with assignment 2 and bye.